This is ESPN Esports. I'm Ardo Cal. Happy to be joined by GodRx. The Minnesota Rocker just defeated the Paris Legion 3-1, getting their first win in the tournament here in Atlanta. It must feel nice to get that first win, especially after having a week off.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, a lot of people had or predicted us to lose to Paris for our first match. It's just really happy to come out here and just in that fashion beat them and just prove everyone that we're the real deal.
There seems to be two camps, two schools of thought concerning the Minnesota Rocker and their season and what could come to it. The first school of thought is this team may not do well. The second school of thought is they will do deceptively well, and you got to keep your eyes on them. Do you prefer having eyes on you or being the underdog?
I prefer being the underdog personally. I mean, a lot of us were on underdog teams per se, but we just thrive off that, people doubting us left and right, just feed off that energy and just proving everyone wrong constantly.
Do you and the team prefer having a week off? You weren't at the last tournament in London. Did you enjoy the extra practice time, or were you itching to get back in competition?
I mean, for all of us, I would say we're definitely itching to get back to play. As competitors, you don't like watching tournaments, obviously, from home, but at the same time, you have more time to study up on teams, what they do, what's their go-to maps and all that stuff. So it definitely benefited us a bit.
When you're studying teams, when you look at the top three teams, as many people would say, Dallas, Atlanta, Chicago, particularly Atlanta here at home, what are some of the things you look at and say, if we were to play this team, maybe we can capitalize on this?
Definitely, you look at what their stronger maps are, and mainly what we look at is search and destroy, what strategies they do, how to counter them, how to work around their play styles so we can beat them better.
One storyline coming into this weekend was many people didn't know whether we would even see games based on lobby bugs, etc. Was there a true concern among the Rocker team that maybe we wouldn't see any games this weekend?
A tad bit. I mean, the whole bug issue was it was annoying to deal with online. But once they told us that it was fixed on LAN, I mean, I had complete faith that they're going to fix it, and having them do it before the event is just good to hear.
Yeah, good to hear that you had faith in it. A lot of people didn't necessarily. A lot of people think, Infinity Ward doesn't care about esports, but it's nice to see that it was fixed here this week.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I will say they're a bit slow when it comes to fixing some stuff sometimes, but to see them actually fix it right before the event is definitely good for them.
So what does this win against Paris do for the confidence for the remainder of the tournament?
It definitely boosts our confidence a lot of bit. Like I said before, a lot of people doubted us, had us losing to Paris, and just proving them wrong again. Just get back on the grind and prepare for the next match later.
One last question for you. There's a lot of debate on whether tournament wins in this Call of Duty League format should count as championship wins or, count towards the chip total. What's your opinion on that?
I feel it should count for the chip as like actual tournament win. I mean, you're playing against the pro league teams, the best of the best, and to be able to beat 7 of the teams and get that first spot, it's definitely something you should be proud of.
GodRx joining us here on ESPN Esports. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, man.